Said that this was your first time in your whole life that you never slept in like this.
Not like this.
You always set what, 5 alarm clocks?
Yeah.
See, when you said this never happened to you before, and you use 5 alarm clocks and you're up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and you have 5 children,
Right.
that's what really got to me
Yeah.
when you said that. I said these 5s. And then here, this is my first day in this hotel.
You're like me with numbers. I'm like that too.
Well, we don't
You know what I'll
understand
do?
it all.
We don't. But when I open my phone and I see that, I start adding them. 8, 12, 15.
Yeah, I don't
It's
normally
8:43.
I don't normally add them like that. I see triples all the time, like 5s, 2s, 7s.
Yeah, but even if it's not triples, when you add them up, it comes out to
Have you
5
noticed
or
it?
7 or 15.
Yeah.
You understand? Or 10. Yeah.
Well, everything's based on numbers.
I know that. I have a book.
The
My
creator.
daughter bought me a
But
book.
we won't understand it all.
She knows the way I am with it. You got to flip it, Papa.
Oh, flip it?
Yeah. There you go. Now the timer's going to go off.
But we won't understand it all.
My daughter bought me a book just a week ago. 100 numbers in the Bible. And it breaks it. All the numbers down. I just started reading it, not ready, but I like it so far.
Yeah,
Explains a lot.
somebody took the alphabet and said 1 for A, 2 for B, 3 for C.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a police officer that was having an affair with my wife. And 3 months after I signed my divorce papers, I kept seeing 1221. And the 12 looks like the 21 flipped over,
Yeah.
the opposite side. And if you look at the 1221, that's 1, 2, 2, 1, which would be 1 for A, B for 2. So if you go A, B, B, A,
Abba.
that's
Abba,
Abba in
Father.
the Bible. Well,
Yep.
he was killed at 121, that police officer,
Wow.
you know. But I'll talk to you.
All right, please. Thank you.
Excuse me. But anyhow, you guys, you can see, I was just sharing with him because he's the cook here, and he was late coming down this morning, like an hour. And he said, I've never been late like this in my life. He goes, I have 5 alarm clocks, and I set 5 alarm clocks. And he goes, I'm up by 5 a.m. every morning. And here it was 8 o'clock when he got up and came in. He goes, I don't understand it. I've never in my life slept in like that. And I told him, I said, I've always gotten up. I've never used an alarm clock my entire life. Never have I used an alarm clock. I said, because I wake up early 7 days a week, where he was just the opposite. And I showed him the picture of the angel blowing the trumpet. He could see it. And the spirits that were going in and out of me, he's seen all that, and he was like, wow. And see, me checking into this hotel, nothing's a coincidence. Just like when I was standing there, and he told me, he said, God's going to destroy all this. He said he's going to destroy it and clean it up. It's filthy. It's a cesspool. It's nothing but filth. And I said, you're exactly right. That's what's getting ready to happen. I was sharing with some other younger people. And look at the clouds out there, guys. Ouch. You can see those cell phone towers out there. They look like military to me. You guys got to remember. And then there's a big crown where that cell phone tower is. There's a huge, like a crown on a billboard out there. It's a big crown. A golden crown. But anyhow, I had somebody send me an email saying, nobody has ever seen the face of God. Nobody. Well, that's what we know from what we read in the Bible. But if you were truly keeping up with things and you knew what was written in that Bible, you wouldn't be so quick to try to tell somebody, especially if they've been called and anointed by the Lord to do what they're doing. Okay? We know in Daniel's 12:4, where Daniel's told to close up the book and to seal these things up, not to reveal them, because they're saved for the end of time, the end of days. Not all things are going to be revealed, you guys. Not all things. You can see those faces. I told you I've seen 3 faces. Remember I told you this is the one, nobody can see it except for the chin and the mouth. And I told you I seen his whole face, and I seen the backside of his body. The backside, not the whole front. And he was going around the corner as I seen him, and his face was the last thing that I seen, because he turned it and he looked at me. And I seen it very clearly, okay? Now, it may be hard for some people to believe, but not all things are revealed to everybody. And I'm not saying that boastfully. I'm saying it like some people are called, and I'm called. I know that I'm called. Here, Moses beholds God's glory. It's chapter 33, verse 17. Now you notice the number 17 through 23. 17 through 23. Now, I'm born on the 23rd. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay? I'm my mother's 5th child. Okay? I was born in May. That's the 5th month. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay? Now, 33 is the age of Jesus Christ when he was crucified. Now listen to this. 17 through 23. Moses beholds God's glory. Now, just because Moses only seen the back parts of God doesn't mean that nobody else is going to see. Because we clearly know it says in Daniel's 12:4, close the book. Not all is known. Not all is going to be revealed in the Bible. These things that are happening today are going to be revealed only to those that are chosen by God to do his will in these last days. Okay? I'm not saying this boastfully. I've been noticing things that most people haven't noticed since 2001, since the Twin Towers went down. I talked to 2 kids today. They were probably in their 20s or something. I don't know how old they were. But they said they're moving from Oregon to Texas. They're going to buy a home here next year. I said, well, you think there's going to be a next year here? And they're like, yeah, you know. And I said, well, you know, I've been noticing things since 2001 when the Twin Towers went down. I said, how old were you? And they both said 6. I said, you were 6 and you were 6? And these are the end times, you guys, okay? And then the girlfriend, she just totally ignored me like she didn't want to hear what I had to say. She didn't say anything to me one way or the other, but she tried to act like she didn't hear me, didn't want to hear it neither. And her boyfriend, he was kind of like in a trance about it, almost like he was drugged. And I was having a hard time reaching him with this. And I was trying to tell him how people have become dead in spirit, and how they're not acknowledging the things that are happening around them, because they're happy as long as they have what they want. And a lot of what people have today is only because those that are now litting are going to continue to lit until they be taken out of the way. Okay? And they're going to make sure, even this, like this hotel I'm in right now, it cost me $223 for 2 nights. Now I'm noticing a lot of these people are Section 8. They're Section 8. They're living here. You guys remember last year when I stayed in that other hotel? It had breakfast in it and everything. It was Section 8, a lot of Section 8. And drug dealers were staying in it that were released from prison, that were pardoned by President Obama. You know, I mean, this is it. Listen, money is just paper, man. It's worthless. It's just something that people use to
do their worldly things in this life. Okay? Money's soon going to be worthless. Totally worthless. I would rather have a roll of toilet paper for the times that are coming than money, because a roll of toilet paper will have more functions than the money is going to have when it crashes here. When all these things are over, unless you get the mark of the beast, money's going to be worthless. It will be non-acceptable. And if you're a drug dealer and you got $100 million cash, you're not going to be able to just walk into a bank and deposit it. They won't accept it, because they got laws now where if you can't have over 10,000 cash, if you do, they'll confiscate it. People don't realize what's going on. Let me read you guys this. And Moses and the Lord said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight. Now you notice that you found grace in the sight of God. So therefore he is going to reveal. Now when I say that I've seen, first thing people want to do is come up and say, no one's ever seen the face of God. Nobody. Well, you know what? I'm just sharing my experience. Okay? And then you need to read Daniel's 12:4 where it says to seal up the book, because some of these things are going to be saved for the end of times. Okay? And then how many people have you seen with an angel blowing a trumpet over their head? And you can see I got an anointment. And I told you, I seen him smiling at me. And I didn't even ask for him to reveal himself. This is what they did. Not only did he do that, he also showed me things that are going on in this world. The demonic spirits that are hosting people like puppets. This guy being late this morning, coming out talking about the fives around me. Man, I got 5 alarm clocks. I set all 5 of them. I'm up by 5. 5 alarm clocks, up by 5. You think I just see these things and set these things are happening around me all the time. I'm seeing things and things are happening like this around me all the time. It's no coincidence. God's created everything from the beginning to the end. And I notice how some people are saying they found the word stuff in the Bible, where the word stuff is being used. Well, I use that word a lot. I always say stuff. I believe the Lord's using me to where I am. He's anointed me. And there's certain people that are going to be anointed that can do certain things because of God. Not all things are revealed, and the devil knows that too. And you can be sure the devil's nervous about it, because he knows anybody that God gives power to, even the devil had power that was given to him from God. God's glory was upon him, which it isn't anymore. And you can be sure the devil knows that. But yeah, when I hear these people questioning stuff like that, just looking to find fault, man, you need to read the Bible. You need to know what it says. The book, it says, look it up, Daniel's 12:4. It says to close and seal these words up, because they're only for the end time. Not everything is written. Not all the things that are written in the Bible that are going to come to pass. Not everything is in the Bible. It's not going to be. All right. For thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee. I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee, and I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious. And I will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. He's in control of everything. And you can be sure of it. And he knows people's hearts. And he knows how people are from the beginning to the end. He knows us more than we know ourselves. That's why he says, in whom I will be gracious, I will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. In other words, he does what he wants to do. And you want to question that? I wouldn't. Somebody asked me that when I had that dream about it, I was told they had different work for me to do. Well, what was it? What was that work? I don't know. I really don't even care. Whatever it is, you can be sure I'm going to do it. The only thing I asked him was, that his will be put into me so that I do it according to his will. Not mine, but his will, because I want to do it right. That's it. I don't ask for anything special, other than to do his work. And everybody, to me, it's going to be work. That's what it's going to be. Just like I do all my work. And I'm far from lazy. If you guys, I worked on a tuna boat, man. The hours, you work 16, 18 hours a day out there. And then that's the 5 hours you might get off is broken up. 2 hours here, 3 hours here. It's kind of like driving this trucking company. The only difference is you're sitting. There you are constantly working. Constantly working. And you're covered with fish blood. Constantly. You're not allowed to bathe while you're out there. My clothes were soaked in blood. My hair, face, everything. Blood. Fish blood. Because when you stabbed the fish to break its spine, blood would shoot up into your face. I'd have blood dripping off me all the time. And he said, thou can't not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. And the Lord said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. Now this part where he says, no one shall see my face and live. Now, that face that I shown you in here, and I told you nobody could see, right there. You can see the chin and the mouth, but not the whole face. It's gone. I seen his whole face. Now, did I say that was God? No. I didn't. But there's 3 faces here. I know that. There's 3. This face is the same as this face. This face is the same as this face. It's moving down into this because it's spirit. See, a lot of people can't see that. There's the nose, the mouth, the eye. It moves down into this. And this face turns here. But here's the face down here. I seen his whole face in the grocery store. Now it says, and he said, thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. And the Lord said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And it shall come to pass, while my glory passeth by, that I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and I will cover thee with my hand while I pass. And I will take away my hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen. Okay? That's the only part where I know in the Bible where anybody has seen anything close to God. And when I said I seen that face in the grocery store, his backside as he was going around the corner, and it was very fast. You'd had to have known what you were seeing when you seen it. Because everything was going on around me when I seen that at the same time, and that was the only thing that was out of place, that did not belong in the picture that I was seeing. But when I seen it, it was higher than anything should have been. And when it was going around the corner, it was looking and smiling, and it was fast. You got to have sharp eyes to see these things. There's a reason why you're able to even see these spirits in some of the videos that I've shown. Now let's go to Daniel's. Where it says this is sealed up for the end times. That cook, boy, we were standing down there waiting for breakfast all this time, and I'm going, man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Then the guy comes out and he goes, man, I'm sorry, man. He goes, I have 5 alarm clocks, and I set 5 alarm clocks, and I've never been late. I'm up by 5 every morning. And I'm thinking to myself, I feel like this was a message to me, because this has never happened to him. This is my first night in the hotel, and he sleeps in. And then he uses 5 alarm clocks, and I'm standing there to hear all this. It's not a coincidence, you guys. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything works according to God's purpose. Now, what I believe, what's happening right here, right now, you guys, I believe the Lord wants everybody to be prepared. I mean, to be ready. Be ready like he's coming now. In other words, you really have to have your mind set on him. On him. Not in this world. That's why I've been telling everybody, let it go. Let it go. The bungee cords stretching to the earth, I've been saying, let it go. All right, Daniel's 12:4. Daniel's 11:12. 12:4. And at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince, which standeth for all thy children. See, this comes right around, this time where a great time of trouble. That earthquake, we've been noticing a lot of stuff happening around Wyoming, a lot of earthquake activity there. Just in the past week, they said they've been like 30-something earthquakes there. There shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Okay? Everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay? Now, hear me. I told you, I've seen that face where I showed you the mouth and the chin, where nobody can see that whole face. You can see his mouth and the chin. For those that are able to see, okay? Not everybody can see that. I guarantee you, not everybody can see all the faces here either. Their eyes, it just depends on your eyes. Some people have more eyes or more easy to see the Lord than others. Very few people are that, I'm going to say, privileged. Very few people. And you got to remember, he created us, okay? So therefore, when anything that we could see and or do, it comes from God, okay? And those of us that have been separated, it's because we are a peculiar people to him. We are more peculiar to him. There's something that he sees in us that we don't see, okay? That he and only he could see. Just like we can see, some of us can only see certain things that others can't see. He sees all things. Now you got to look at this. We are the chosen. We have been separated because of something that he sees in us, okay? Therefore, it's got to be Christ. Our love for Christ, the blood of Christ that's over us. He knows those of us that are that truly love Christ. That man downstairs that I talked to this morning, he was telling me, he goes, man, as soon as you mentioned this and you said something about the white horse and the bathtub being covered by the blood of Christ, he goes, anything you had to say, I wanted to hear it. He goes, I knew that you were going to be speaking the truth. Once I heard you say being covered by the blood of Christ. And I said, well, when I heard you speaking about oversleeping for your first time and you set 5 alarm clocks and you get up by 5 a.m., I said, you kept throwing the 5 at me. He goes, yes, and I have 5 children. And I go, yeah. And I said, I'm my mother's 5th child. And I was born in May, which is the 5th month, on the 23rd. 2 plus 3 is 5. And these aren't coincidences. I didn't have a chance to share everything with them. I mean, I got so much stuff. It's like even Jesus Christ. Christ is in the New Testament 555 times. And God is in the Old and New Testament 4,444 times. The first and last verse has 44 letters in it. And the 444th word in the Bible is God. I mean, and then somebody goes, numbers 1 plus 1 equals 0. It don't add up. Numbers are stupid. I wouldn't listen to dreamers either. Dreamers are idiots, Joseph in Egypt, he had dreams. He interpreted dreams. I imagine, what would he say about that guy? It's in the Bible about dreams. And what would he tell God, who said, I'm going to pour out my spirit on people in the last days to have dreams and visions? I guess they're all idiots too, huh? You see what I'm saying? You guys got to listen. Listen, the deception's high out there right now. We're getting ready to go. This is the end. I have like I said, I've been waking up without using an alarm clock. This guy sets 5 alarm clocks. I've never, I was like, this is the 5th generation, man. It's time's up. Time's up. And he sets 5 alarm clocks. Time is up. He overslept. Okay? He's up by 5 every morning, and he overslept. Now, we know those that sleep in the night. You know what I mean? Those that are awake. Something's up. There's a message in this, you guys. There's a message in it. We need to be paying attention. And at that time, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake and have everlasting life, and some to shame, everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shine as the brightness of the firmament, as they that turn many to righteousness, as the stars forever and ever. Now here's where it goes, 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro. Knowledge shall be increased. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood another 2, one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on the other side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the water of the river. He said, he held up his right hand and his left hand into heaven, and swore by him that liveth forever, It shall be for a time, times, and a half. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O Lord, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel. Daniel wanted to know everything. And the Lord told him to go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the end of the time. In other words, not everything is written in this Bible, okay? And those who have eyes to see, you're going to know who you're going to get your better information from, okay? It's going to be revealed to you. And this person's not going to be going, look at what's going on over here. Look at what's going on over there. Wonder what they're doing over here. And why are they doing this? And blah, 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 blah. This person is going to be more focused on the here and now, what's happening around us. Not around the world, but what's happening around us. Because Jesus told us to watch, okay? Watch what's going on around us. And he also said, comfort one another, okay? In these times, because we're going to have a lot of people that are going to try to give us discomfort, okay? And we are to mark those that are doing this and know who they are. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand it, okay? But the wise shall understand it. See, just like I've been sharing to you guys, a lot of these dreams we're having, they purify us, okay? They can't harm us or hurt us. You resist it. It's like he says, resist the devil and he'll flee from you. Like these dreams, man, they were like off the wall, man, bouncing off everywhere in here, man. It's like, wow, this place is like unbelievable, just full of demonic activity, man. And everybody I'm seeing around me, man, the tattoos all over them, in their necks, their sides of their faces. And everybody seems to think it's normal. Like those 2 people I shared with, we're at the end. Because nobody is looking for this to come to an end like we are right now. Okay? We're at the end, you guys. Let's be ready, okay? Now, that's for that person that said nobody has seen God and lived. That's what it says in there. Now, who was it that I seen? I seen his whole face, That's to be revealed later, I can't even say that. But I can say this. I seen his whole face. Okay? There's his mouth. There's his chin. I seen his whole face. Am I saying that's God? No, I'm not saying it's God. But he's one of them. God's three spirits. He's three spirits. I know I've seen his whole face. I've seen his whole face because I recognized the chin and the mouth. But he was smiling at me when I seen it. Now, why did he do that? I don't know. They can reveal themselves to who they want to do it. And let me tell you something. When he revealed himself to me, that's when I started seeing a lot of stuff, you guys. I started seeing more demonic activity. Things that would just blow your mind away, you guys. We're at that time, man. You know, just be ready. Be ready like it's every day, okay? Also, last night I woke up, man. You know what I did? I came over here. I woke up. First thing I did was I opened up my Bible and I started reading from it because these are some wicked times we're in, you guys. And this is the only thing I could think of was to read from the Bible. You know, look at a God-fearing family, 28. Do we have God-fearing families today that you find all over the place? No, they're taking everything for granted. You know, even in the churches, they're talking about how blessed they are. They're not God-fearing at all. Blessed is everyone. This is Psalms 128, okay? Blessed is everyone that feareth the Lord and walketh in his way. Now, how would you say that people are looking around this Bible? Man, I'm blessed. Look at all these things we got. We're blessed by God. I'm not hearing any of the fear in them. When I talk to them, there's no fear at all. I promise you, people, I have fear. I'm always hoping and praying that I'm doing what's pleasing to him, that I'm making it known, that I'm constantly thinking about doing what's his will, not mine, but his. That's why you guys see me daily doing this. For thou shalt eat the labor of thy hands. Happy shalt thou be, and it shall be well with thee. Thy wife shall be as a fruitful vine by thy side of thy house. Thy children like olive plants around about thy table. Behold, that thus shall the man be blessed that feareth the Lord. The Lord shall bless thee out of Zion, and thou shalt see the good of Jerusalem all thy days of thy life. Yeah, thou shalt see the children's children, and peace upon Israel. How about that? Huh? The Psalms are awesome. But see, that's what I did last night when I woke up, man, from more the dreams like that, you know. It's just the things that I was seeing in the dreams. It was nothing like really happening to me. You know, one person I grabbed a hold of their hand. It was a girl that I used to go to school with in the 9th grade. She was one of the last women that I seen in school in my 9th grade.